Hello and welcome to day 10 of live streaming with Shruti Kapoor. We made it, you guys. It's been 10 days. We've been consistent, we've been building, we've been showing up. Some days it's hard to show up, but we made it anyway, so heck yeah, that's a win. Thank you for joining me on Friday and spending your Friday evening with me, or Saturday morning or Friday morning, wherever you may be. I just want you to know that I appreciate you joining me here every single day or whenever you can show up. It means a lot to me. So thank you for being here. And now if you're here and if you can hear me, tell me where you're joining me from and what time is it where you are. Meanwhile, I'll get our stream set up. But if you're joining me for the very first time, or if you're new here, I want to say thank you so much everyone for being here. My name is Shruti Kapoor and I am a software engineer and I work at Slack. I had to think for a second, like, what do I do? I'm a software engineer and I work at Slack. I have been live streaming for the last 10 days and I'm going to live stream until the end of December. Oh wait, no, not December, until the end of January. Damn, I need to wake up. I'm going to live stream until the end of January. And my goal is to show you how to build in public, not how to build in public, share building in public with you. And I am building an OpenAI application that integrates with LangChain. And right now, or for the last 3-4 days, I've been building a recommendation engine using data sets that we are going to create. Hello and welcome, Pinak. I see we are going back in time. Yes, we are. I had a very insomniac day today. I slept at 11 a.m. this morning. So I didn't sleep all night yesterday. And I only had 3 hours of sleep, so I'm trying to make it. Today was probably the hardest day to show up on the live stream, not gonna lie. But we're here, we made it. We're live and we're gonna do this. I also just noticed that my usernames say username of Instagram and Twitter, so give me one quick second while I fix that. Also, where are you joining me from and what time is it where you are? We have a mix of what we're gonna do today because we're gonna go over what happened in front end in 2024 as well, because why not? Oh, I also have something fun to share. Give me 1 second. Okay, that looks decent. There. The usernames are updated. I also added alert box in the Streamlabs setup. So I'm using Streamlabs today. I also added alert boxes. So if you follow or subscribe, it should show up a cute little animation. I haven't tested it with real users. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button to see if it actually works. Pinak, no worries, as long as it was a fun night. It was a fun night. I spent the entire night editing the newsletter that I sent out this morning. And that newsletter, we're going to go over it in just a second. But that newsletter is about front end recap of 2024. And it was a really fun experience for me because I caught up with everything that I missed in 2024. Also, hello Hemant, thank you so much for subscribing. Yay! And we tested the alert and it works. Yay! Thank you for subscribing, Hemant. Just Wait, why doesn't it say your name? It should totally say your name, Hemant. Let me fix it. What is this stuff? Most recent subscriber. Dave, hi! So nice to see you here. Yo, thanks for having me on the podcast. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I had so much fun chatting with you in Hindi and we had so much fun. And looks like people loved the episode. Yeah, I released the episode a little earlier than I was hoping to. But I was like, let's do it. We're early morning, let's go. And it was so well received. People were inspired by you so much. I'm going to release more clips of that podcast, and I know a lot of people are going to find it really useful. You dropped like these inspirational bombs here and there throughout the video, like talking about, that IIT is not the only thing that you should be aspiring for. You should be aspiring for greatness and learning. And, if you're continuously building, you don't have to worry about having a great, good looking resume. So thank you so much for appearing on the podcast, Dave. We had so much fun, and I am sure people are going to continue to get inspired from it in the next few years as well. To be honest, both me and my girlfriend were cringing watching it. No way! It was so good! We had so much fun. No way. Also, FMO. I'm guessing that's FOMO. Thank you for subscribing. Dave, you should also join our Discord because people want to ask you questions one-on-one. And because you and I are both from India, a lot of people also have questions on navigating job search in India and looking for a role in US. So join the Discord channel if you haven't. Wait, let me share the link again in case you don't have it. And we'll host a private one-on-one. So folks, if you haven't if you haven't watched Dave's video, what are you even doing? What are you even doing? Hold on. View your channel. This was released this morning, and I had so much fun just rewatching this, even though I have edited this and oh my god, the number of times that I watched this video. But even then, watching this again was so much fun. It was still so inspirational. Watch Dave's fireside chat. Okay, I was saying that. What was I saying? Right. Right. What happened in front end? So I was saying that I didn't sleep all day, so my energy is a little whoosh. But I am going to share what happened in front end in 2024. This is a blog post that I wrote earlier this morning. I sent it out as part of the newsletter. So let me share this with you. Energy is a little whoosh. But I am going to share
this is
what happened in front end in 2024. This is a blog post that I wrote earlier this morning. I sent it out as part of the newsletter. So let me share this with you.
In front end.
Energy is a little whoosh. But I am going to share what happened in front end in 2024. This is a blog post that I wrote earlier this morning. I sent it out as part of the newsletter. So let me share this with you.
In front end.
Energy is a little whoosh. But I am going to share what happened in front end in 2024. This is a blog post that I wrote earlier this morning. I sent it out as part of the newsletter. So let me share this with you.
In front end.
Energy is a little whoosh. But I am going to share what happened in front end in 2024. This is a blog post that I wrote earlier this morning. I sent it out as part of the newsletter. So let me share this with you.
In front end.
Energy is a little whoosh. But I am going to share what happened in front end in 2024. This is a blog post. How about now? Is there still an echo? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing. Much better. Yes. My ears. Oh no, Dave. Sorry. Also, Dave, while I was watching the episode, I realized that the mic was turned around the whole time. That's why I had so much issue with the audio quality while I was editing. That's actually what took the longest, because the audio quality was really poor because the mic was turned around. And while watching it, I realized, wait. So anyways, here's what happened in React 19. So in this blog post, I'm going to quickly go over this for like 2 minutes. This is where I shared everything that happened in front end. So React 19 is now stable. In 2024, React 19 became stable. It introduced 3 main things: React Actions, which simplifies form handling; React Compiler, which introduces, it is actually a plugin. I noticed all good, it's almost perfectly audible. Yes, almost perfectly audible. Almost. React Compiler, which is introduced as a plugin, introduces auto memorization, which removes the need of use memo and use callback. New hooks were introduced: use found status, use action state, and use optimistic. Next.js 15 is released. There are some breaking changes, like headers, cookies, and parameters in search params is an async API now. TurboPack is stable. Oh, but also Next.js 15 introduces a code mod for upgrading. So hopefully most of the things should be taken care by code mod. Caching changes from default caching to the default caching changes from force cache to no store, which means you can now opt into specific caching strategies. This video is really good for learning what's up in Next.js. I think Max's videos are awesome, so highly recommend. No, not Max. Wait, what was his name? WebDev Simplified. See, I'm sleepy. Angular 19 is released, and this is Max's video. This is awesome. Angular 19 is released. Components are now standalone by default, so you no longer have to specify a standalone true to define components. But for the ones that you don't want to define as standalone, or the ones that are module, are ng updates. Are standalone false, and you can add that. Gonna put my phone in do not disturb. Also it introduces link signals, which is really cool. It's something that I've never seen before. It's kind of useful for optimistic updates, but it's signals that are it's kind of based on signals, and it resets based on a computed value. So this can be really helpful for optimistic state when you want to have a signal that should give a value, like update when maybe a signal has updated, but then once the source signal has updated, it should reset. So it can be helpful for like a like button when you want to show the user that like has updated, but then when the source like has updated, or the source number of counts, the source count has updated, you want to reset it to what the server has sent you. Incremental hydration. I also feel like incremental hydration would be a really good standalone video to do by itself, which let me know if you would be interested in knowing. Dave Agarwal, Kyle. Oh yes, Kyle. I always just call him Web Dev Simplified, but Kyle. Zorba, greetings folks. Hello Zorba, welcome back. How are you today? Thank you for joining us again. Also, why are these labels not visible? Astro updates. Astro has now content layer, which is really cool. We've been talking about this for over the last few live streams, so I won't go into it. And server islands. Solid Start, which is an opinionated framework for SolidJS, has a major release. So version 1.0 point something is now stable. Svelte 5 is here. That's all I have to say about Svelte. Zorba, doing great. How are you guys doing? How's the weather? The weather is sunny with the chance, cloudy with the chance of rain. Oh no, my battery is dying. You guys, I have to go find my charger. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Where were we? We were talking about updates. We're talking about updates in front end. Dave Agarwal, way too much snow. Dave, remind me, where are you again? Must be on the East Coast somewhere. Zorba, I hate cold. The weather is rainy here. Not too cold, I would say. It's 1 degrees, 2 degrees Celsius. That is my dog. My Pepper. She's here again. You want to say hi? Do you? She's camera shy. Okay, CSS has a bunch of new enhancements. There is a really cool blog which I linked in here. It's actually on daily.dev, which is really cool. And it lists a bunch of things that CSS has introduced, but also goes into super depth into what these things are. Something that I really liked was like .has. It's a pseudo class that lets you pick out parent elements that have certain elements inside them. And it's really cool that it actually lets you pick the parent element. So for example, article.has.highlight, border this, select article elements that have an element with class highlight inside, which is really cool. Before has, you would have to write it in a more roundabout way, which could get messy, which is true. Some cool things that has includes are making parent containers look different if they have certain types of content inside, which can be really cool for like highlighted stuff, showing or hiding elements based on what's inside them, changing how things are laid out if specific content is present. This stuff makes it easier to do stuff that used to need extra JavaScript, so I'm pretty excited about that. There's also some JavaScript updates. I covered these JavaScript updates in State of JS survey video, so I won't go into too much detail in this blog, but there are some, oh look, there's a typo here. There are some updates that I've mentioned, which is temporal API. Also, another really well-written blog is right here. So this kind of talks about like what these features are, but also gives a good example of what those are. So check it out. So temporal is this. Wait, where are you going? So it is actually a JavaScript solution to date API. In ECMAScript 2024, which is the most recent version of JavaScript, a modern and powerful API called Temporal is designed to make working with dates and times easier, intuitive, and accurate. This game-changing API, blah, blah, blah. Temporal API is JavaScript's new way of dealing with dates and times. So for example, if you're planning a project deadline 90 days from today, Temporal makes it simple to calculate the exact date. So before this, we would use things like moment, but now it comes with Temporal itself. So you don't have to have extra libraries anymore. So an example is const today equals temporal.now plain date ISO console log today.toString. So puts it out in a nice format. Is this big enough to view? Then you add a number of days to the deadline, and then you can check how many days since then. So it has like pretty nice utilities like since, add. You can actually add days to a date, which is really cool. So that's that. Oh, TanStack Start. TanStack Start is now announced. I believe it is in beta stage as of now. TanStack Start. Beta stage, yes. Full stack React framework powered by TanStack Router. It's built by Tanner Lindsley and the team. And it is really cool because you can opt into server-side rendering instead of that being the default. So it offers a lightweight approach to building modern web apps because things are client-side. Full document SSR, streaming, server functions, bundling, and more, powered by TanStack Router. and a bunch of new stuff. So, also, I shared a big goal here. This is kind of putting myself out there, but here's my big goal for this year. I want to get monetized on YouTube. In order to get monetized on YouTube, you need to have 4,000 watch hours. As of now, I have 865 watch hours. So my goal this year is to get monetized, which basically means I'm going to be producing a lot of content. So if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe now. Damn it. Hey Dev, are you a dev? Yeah, Dave, are you a dev? You guys, if you don't know Dave, if he's still here, Dave is a core member of Solid.js. So you gotta follow him. Okay, what are we doing today? Right, we're gonna build a real estate property. Pinak, I noticed Dave hasn't streamed on Twitch in a while. What's up with that? Yeah, Dave, what's up with that? Dave is getting bombarded with questions today. Okay, let me run my dev server because I probably don't have my code running. Nope. Let's get that running. Meanwhile, I'm curious to hear from you. I'm hosting a Ask Me Anything next week on Friday. Actually, at this time, next week, Friday, at 10 a.m. PST. If you want to hang out there, I'm open to any questions you may have, but I'm also curious to hear what question would you like me to talk about. Is there a specific topic you want me to talk about or start off with? Like finding a job in tech? See you at AMA next Friday. Pinak, when are we getting a movie reaction video? Don't mind me, I'm just here to distract you. Which movie do you want me to do? I could do a, yeah, which movie do you want me to do? Also, Pinak, we're totally gonna go rate somebody today as well. Okay, let me get my code up and running and I'll show you what we've been working on. Close all of this. maximize this. You could do any video, you should react to like DDLJ or Hum Aapke Hain Kaun with like Jason or one of the guys. That would be really fun. Okay, Pinak, that is a really great idea. Hold on, let me screenshot this and send it to Jason. Or I could tag Jason on Twitter if he's not here. Jason, are you here? I don't know if I can tag him. Jason, not here. Neil Jaitley. Oh, hi, Neil. I think I'm seeing you here for the very first time, so hello and welcome. About selecting a niche front-end or back-end, when should we start specializing? For example, I'm a front-end dev trying to break into big tech. Not sure if I should focus on software engineering roles or front-end roles. Oh, I love that question. Neil, where are you based and where are you looking for your job? And how long have you been in the industry? Hello, Neil. SF, California. Oh, cool. Awesome. I used to live in SF as well. I hope the fires and smokes are not affecting the air quality in San Francisco. But yeah, that is a great question, and I will definitely take that question up. So you've been in front end, or you've been in the industry for 1.5 years, trying to break into big tech. Mostly startups. Okay. I think one thing about breaking into big tech, unfortunately, is that they're also looking for people who are kind of coming from big companies as well. Neil, nope. I was gonna say, please be safe, Neil. Yes. Yeah. So I think one of the big things is also like when they're interviewing and unfortunately looking for new people, they're also looking for people who already have a like big name on their resume, which makes it even harder to look for a big tech job when you are new or when you are trying to enter. But that doesn't mean that's impossible. So I like that question. I'll take it up. Okay, let me show you what we've been building so far. If you are joining here for the very first time, also I will share the GitHub. Oh, speaking of GitHub, let me actually do a commit, because I keep forgetting to commit my code. And before you know it, I have like a breaking code, and like my code is broken again, and I don't have a work in progress code or a code that works. So I'm gonna commit my code first. Git add, git commit. I think yesterday I was able to call the fetch again. Hi Pepper. Hi. Can you all see Pepper? Look at her. Hi Pepper. Hi. Do you
you want to code with us? Yes? A little bit? Yes. Yes, a little bit.
Pepper will always hang out with me during live streams. Actually, all the time.
Yeah.
Pepper stream, yay! Pepper stream. Here, Pepper takes over my stream.
Hi, Pepper. You want to say hi? Come here. Come here.
She'll just give me her paw and she'll be like, keep petting me.
Yes.
I had a boxer, Spiky. Oh, that's cute. Spiky. That is a cute name. Oh, right. Committing. I have really bad ADHD. Commit. Fetch property details. This is what we did yesterday and it is working. So I'm gonna push that. Push. Today we're gonna do the front end bit of this because we've been working on the back end for a bit and we'll take a break from back end. So here's what we have so far. I'm gonna run my server and then I'm gonna run my client side. npm run dev. One of the things that I also want to do is just use Vite for both server and client side so I don't have to run two things. It is pretty annoying. Pinak, also I put a link to a streamer you can raid if she is still streaming, which she should be. I think you will like her streams. Let me find it, Pinak. Thank you. Where's there. Acorn. Neil, I have an intro call with the founder, so we'll go at 6 p.m. Sorry, I'll come back and watch the video. No problem, Neil. I hope it goes really well. Good luck. Pinak, it's on Twitch. I also noticed that these alerts are not working. Why? Let's see. Does this work? Testing. Pinak, it was when I gifted the sub. That is true because it was a different scene, but it's not working in this scene. So I don't know why that is. Okay, first we're gonna raid her. Raid. Acorn. Run. Oh wait, no, I have to do that in my channel, isn't it? Raid Acorn 1010. Is it 1010? Yes. Raid. Oh. Raid Acorn 1010. One viewer. What the hell? That's kind of sad. Wait now. Okay, back to this web dev journey. Ma'am, how do you know you have ADHD? When you mentioned that you have bad ADHD, I wonder if I have or not, how to find out if I have ADHD. I love that question, web dev. Thank you for asking that. I know that I have ADHD because I've been medically diagnosed with ADHD. So, typically, if you feel like you have ADHD, there is a questionnaire that the doctor will give you to kind of assess where on the scale you are. It's a very subjective questionnaire, it's a very subjective kind of diagnosis, and I felt I didn't think that I had ADHD until I was talking to Josh, who by the way is amazing and also has ADHD, and we have been on a fireside chat talking about ADHD. So let me share that with you. Fireside chats. There. This is an amazing chat. Josh talks about ADHD. So I went to the doctor and got diagnosed with ADHD. They gave me a questionnaire, I filled it out. So it's kind of very like subjective. It's just basically like, have you felt that? Have you felt that? Have you ever had this? Have you ever had that? On a rate of 1 to 10, a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel that is? And as it turns out, I do have ADHD, which explains a lot of the things that I've felt and the way I've kind of like just lived my life. For example, I tend to like forget things, and I just start things off and I forget to finish it. Starting things off and completing it is really hard for me, but like switching projects, it's like starting something off completely new and just forgetting about something that I was doing is a thing that happens very commonly with me. Motivation runs really, really important for me, and so because I have ADHDers tend to get a lot more affected by the decline in motivation and the upticks of motivation. So for somebody like me, when I notice that I'm not motivated, it becomes really, really hard for me to get anything done. Harder than, like, sometimes it becomes so hard that it's even harder for me to like just start up my code and like write a line of code. That's how bad it affects me. So for some people, medication can be really helpful, and that can help you kind of stay focused and help you like finish tasks. Honestly, when I started taking medication, I started feeling that I was able to even just like take a project from, like, when I say project, I don't mean work project. I mean like something small, like folding laundry, or like, you know, like cleaning something, or like committing code and not forgetting. So I realized that with medication, I was able to at least take a project from start to end, and just being able to take projects or like simple actions to completions was such a relieving feeling, because I always lived in this guilt that I was always like starting stuff up and I was always leaving it incomplete, and I just thought that I was, you know, lazy. But turns out a lot of people who suffer ADHD are misdiagnosed with, or like represented as lazy people, when in fact they are struggling a lot inside to even come up with the motivation to finish that and take that through completion. So web dev, Pinak, I probably have mild ADHD. You probably do. A lot of people in tech do. Wow, I need to stop shaking my camera so much. Web dev journey. I started many things. I left in between most of the time. That's why I'm wondering. Yeah, that is a common symptom of ADHD. So if you do feel like you do have ADHD, and first of all, I think even before going to the medication route, there's a lot of stuff that you can do yourself. Like, for example, Pomodoro is something that I do, which has helped me so much in being motivated to finish something for 25 minutes, or like do something for 25 minutes, because I noticed that I would just like start coding and then go on Twitter, and like start coding and go on YouTube, and just like, and like 6 hours later I figured out that I haven't even written a single line of code. which is what is happening right now. It's been 50 minutes. I haven't written a single line of code. But doing a Pomodoro technique helped me a lot. So something that really helps a ADHD person is also like body doubling, in which you kind of like sit. You might have seen this in libraries or cafes, when you go and like you mark somebody as your buddy and you sit until they are working. So that has helped me a lot, especially when I go to libraries to work or cafes to work. So like watching somebody work gives me a lot of motivation to continue to do as well. Therefore, I used to follow a lot of these code with me videos. I'm going to share that here. Lack of sleep is also probably not helping. That is true. Oh, here. It's right here. This this is the person that I used to watch a lot, Study MD, and he has a lot of code with me, study with me videos. And he follows this Pomodoro technique where you like study for or like work for 45 minutes, 25 minutes, and then you take a 5-minute break or 15-minute break, and then you get back into it. So this way you can go on for like 3 hours. And I noticed that as I was working, I would watch this person, play him in the background, and it would help me a lot in like getting focused work out the door. And so even now, till date, I still follow this and I still continue to do like a Pomodoro technique. I also made my own because it's much less weird watching yourself than watching somebody else. So I recorded my own like work with me. So if you're interested, follow along. But I think like this body doubling has helped me a lot. Zorba will need to hit you up for Adderall. That is the medication that I'm taking. Zorba, streaming, coding, ADHD, leather, trifecta, can barely focus on stream while working. Absolutely. I've noticed that when I stream, I'm barely able to get any feature done. And therefore, like at the end of this, I usually like go back and spend another 2 hours just like trying to get that feature out. But it's really hard working on the stream. I don't know how people do it. Pinak, I need fast-paced music. Lo-fi will put me to sleep. Yeah, you can totally pick up whatever music you like. It's totally up to you. Even like the duration of how much you do the Pomodoro. You can do like 45 minutes. You can do 25 minutes. You can do an hour, whatever works for you. It's totally up to you. Web dev, ma'am, but it's hard to come again after 5 minutes. That's my problem with Pomodoro. So for that, there is another trick that I've learned. I've learned so many tricks over the years. Okay, so the trick is that you leave your work at a point where you feel high. You don't leave it at a point where you feel like you need to fix something. You know what I mean? So if you're leaving your project, so for example, I'm building this feature and I know that just 2 more lines and I'll be done with this project. That's when I leave the project, come back, take a break for 5-10 minutes, come back. Because my mind knows that I have this like very close sense of achievement, or like I have this achievement that's very close to me. So once I come back, I have a very high motivation of getting back to work and getting that done. As opposed to leaving work when something is not working and you're like struggling to fix it, you're debugging. At that point, if you leave and you come back, your mind is gonna register that pain as a low point in working and it's not going to want to come back. So if you struggle with coming back to work after the break, I recommend you stop exactly when you feel like you're just about to finish. Pinak, I have a 90s Bollywood playlist that helps me. I miss the 90s music. I love the 90s Bollywood playlist too. Share it with me if it's on Twitter or Spotify. Okay, folks, I really want to get one feature out before we call it a day. So I'm going to show you a demo of what we have. Do I have my servers running? Yes, I do. So here's what we do. Fill description. We search. Write English language. We search. We get properties. Ooh, and we get 500 errors. Sweet. Let's fix the errors. I have been getting this error yesterday here and there, and I believe Ishrit mentioned in Discord that this could be because of because of a, what is that? API rate limit. So let's look up what is our API rate limit. So the error that I'm getting is that it is a 500 wait, Pepper, not right now. Wait, I know you want to go out.
That's it.
Okay, so we have a minimum price, we have a maximum price, response URL. Ooh, I wonder what happens if I open this. Open. Too many requests. Of course, it is an API request rate limit. So let's go to our rapid API. See why are we hitting an API app API rate limit. So the app that I have is, I have a basic plan. Where is my user profile? API is falling. Okay, I'm gonna look for the Zillow API. Oh, this is the one that I'm using. Okay. Oh, because I've been using it a lot in January. One 11 to 12. Response status 500. Let's see details. Can I see the details? Internal server error. Request remaining 14954. 15,000. Okay, there is actually another API that we could use. Look how much it's charging me, and then it tells me like I have API rate limit. Like screw you. I could switch to a different API. Let's see what is the rate limit on this. So basic is free, but has a request of 10 requests per minute. That's not what I want. Let's look at this one. Oh, I think this is the one. So if I go back here, basic has I think this is the one that has 500 requests per month. Gotta let Pepper out. Understood. Thanks for the tips. I'm planning to visit the doctor once. Yeah, I think it'll be helpful. Okay. Now what we can do is update our API so that we actually use this API. You know what? I'm not in the mood to change my API today. So I'll find something else to do. Oh, I received a gift sub from Pinak. Thank you, Pinak. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is Zorba, walk time I bet. Pinak, I don't think Pepper is happy. Now why did you have to go and kick her out? That is because she was whining the whole time and she wanted to be let out. Pepper does as she pleases. So unfortunately, if I can't search, then... Oh, wait. Don't touch it. Okay. Unfortunately, this API is not going to work for me because if I keep hitting rate limits and if it keep charges me money, this is going to go very expensive for me and this is not going to be helpful. So offline, I'm going to switch my API from the current API that I'm using, which I think has a much lower API rate limit, to this one. But I'm not going to bore you with the boring details of that. But what I want to do is if I click on this, I want to be able to kind of show some property details. So that's what we'll do. And I think we were already doing the part about fetching the property details. Oh, sorry. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. So if I go to property details, which is right here. So we've got this stuff. And now if I console log response data here. I hope I don't get into API rate limit again. Response data. But if I try my luck with this and if I hit click, then what do I get? Pinak, still need a progress bar or some sort of animation that shows search is in progress. Yes, I do need that. I do need that. Which actually would be easy to implement. So maybe that's something we can do after this. So alright, so now if I reload, search, fill and search. Okay, so I've got something. Now if I click on this image, it should oh right, because we have a fetch details, and I think for fetch details we need to call this somewhere. On click, fetch details, fetching details, console log. It's probably in the client-side console and we're looking at the server-side console. So let's open client-side console. There it is. Okay, we've got the response data that we need. Now, yesterday we were talking about extracting this description out into a nice to have array. But today we're gonna build the front end part of it where we show you more property details of this. So we can show you the description and maybe the nice kind of the features that we are going to use as a nice to haves, which is going to be part of the home insights attributes. So let's do that. Now all of this is part of the same page and I do not have the ability to add a new route. So we have two options. Either we can kind of create this like expanding UI where when you click on it, it shows you like it moves the UI up and then shows you like an accordion and shows you like a detail of what the property is. Or it opens a new page. That's option number 2. Or the third is that it opens like a little dialogue. I think we should approach this in a way such that it enhances our learning. And one thing that I've been wanting to learn is, or actually adopt finally, is TAN stack router. So, what is TanStack Router in case you don't know? Modern and scalable routing for React applications. It provides a type-safe React router with built-in data fetching. So I've been wanting to use TanStack Router for a long time, and I think this is the perfect place to use a TanStack Router. But if we think about what our application needs, I'm going to close this. If you think about what our application needs, it needs a page where we can click and see more details of the property. So just to remind you that this inspiration actually comes from Zillow, where you have this kind of like a search or like a featured properties, and if you click on something, it takes you to a property detail list. That's what you want to do, and each property will have its own page. So perfect opportunity to create something like this. So today we're gonna explore how to incorporate TanStack Router. Let's look at examples first. So, alright, so you've got a React app, you have error component, router provider. Also, has anybody here ever used TanStack Router? If you have, I'm going to ask you questions. You could be my guide. But have you ever used TanStack Router? Meanwhile, I'm going to fix this live chat that it's not showing up. Okay, and if I do test and it shows up, sweet. I would like this to be right here. How about that? Zorba not used TanStack. Okay. No worries. I have not used TanStack as well, but been meaning to do it for a really long time. Oh no. There it is. It works. All I had to do was move the layers in Streamlabs. Okay, I think now it'll show the most recent subscriber, and let me also add the most recent subscriber on Twitch as well, because I love featuring you guys. This list on Streamlabs is huge. It's really hard to find what I'm looking for. I wish there was a search feature. I'm looking for Twitch subscriber. Okay, how about we do this? Done. How does that look? That looks decent. I think we'll live with that. Okay, web dev journey. You mentioned that you think you have ADHD in that episode. Josh talks about ADHD, but when did you actually decide to visit a doctor? I actually decided to visit the doctor pretty recently, and that was because I was starting to feel that it was becoming very hard for me to get over this laziness, which is the lack of motivation I was feeling at the time. And no matter how much like self-care I was doing, or like meditation I was doing, or like nature walks I was doing, I was still finding it really, really hard. And I'd been struggling with it for like 6-7 months. I'd been struggling with low motivation for a long time. I was finding it really hard to get anything done. My sleep was getting affected, and at that point I decided, let me just go and try, see if that is the problem. And honestly, it did help a lot. I think there's also a few things that changed in my life, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't lie that medication was the only thing that helped, but having I think just like attacking it together with everything else helped a lot. Like, I had to change a lot of things about my work. I had to change a lot of things about the place where I work, like in this room. So change a lot of the environment that I was in. I think that helped a lot as well. But also I started taking in more, like I started doing a lot more meditation. I started taking a lot more care of my own body instead of neglecting it just for work. And that helped a lot. But honestly, it's been hard. Not gonna lie. Okay, folks, we're at the time when it's time for me to unfortunately say bye. This has been a really wonderful stream, and I have really enjoyed coming here and chatting with you all. Today was an especially hard one to do because of how little sleep I have. But thank you so much for bearing with me on this Friday evening and hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Zorba, Dev Day in Life with ADHD video. That would be fun. I think I need to figure out my life a bit more before I can make a day in my life. Because right now my day in life is sleep at 11 a.m. and then wake up at 3 p.m. and then get on the live stream at 5 p.m. and I don't think you would want to see that. That would not be setting a good example. Pinak, it's never a bye. You shall be back tomorrow with full energy. Looking forward to yours and Jason's movie reaction. I'm going to screenshot this and send that to him again. Yes, it's never a bye. I will see you very soon. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., same time, same place. Wish me luck that I am able to catch more sleep tonight and I feel a lot more better tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do 2 features. Okay, we're going to do this front end feature where we're going to add tan stack router, and then we're going to do the back end feature where we're going to fetch in the property details. Because today was such a kind of chill day, Friday is chill day, that's fine. That's how life goes. Tomorrow we're going to pick it up. And tomorrow is Saturday, so what better things do we have than like spend some time with you guys. So once again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Till then, take care and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.